sound system, let's turn it up. Up, a little louder, turn it up. Up, a little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we move the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, not the way, stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools, had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore, from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumentals. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream teams together, now we
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers. The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
Here we go. Yellow, one. Blue, check. Hut.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
That's 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field. I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Lance looking to throw it. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Well, that's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs.
On the set.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Lance now on first down. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to carry the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Hey, green.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Able to find Gray here. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal. McCaffrey. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Lance going to sneak it. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Lance going to sneak it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Ready, ready.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Here we go with McCaffrey. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are on the board first here in this division round matchup. I think going for it there on the opening drive, CD, if you're that close to the end zone, seems like a no-brainer, and they're able to cap things off with a touchdown.
I think that he was imagining the message he would send to his team if he called for the field goal unit at that point. Great drive, got it all the way down there, You're telling your offense, I believe in you, and you're also telling your defense, hey, if they don't score, we've got it covered.
Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with a giveaway. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Huntley to throw. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and can be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Huntley. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's Jake Camarda now. This is taken at about the 14. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And some room to roam now. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle. And the 49ers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Pat the street! Pat the street!
Here's Huntley. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. They run straight ahead here with White. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Huntley. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
How about that tip ball going their way? They've got to have a lot of confidence because so far, it seems like everything is going their way.
On the other side, they're just hoping that second half it's a little bit of flip the script.
Yeah, let's see if they can hang in there mentally because sometimes when things go against you so much in the first half, it's hard to bounce back.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On second down, McCaffrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing his Lance on third down. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Fix the Eagles! Fix the Eagles! Hurt! Don't check!
The drive starts with a run by White. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. They stay on the ground with White. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
2nd and 9. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Huntley. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Huntley. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His throw incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
Jimmy Ward, the one to get a hand on that defensively. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Back to throw again. Completes it again to Gage. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. A final shot before break. Huntley. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal and you throw the pick, not good at all.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Nixon now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Well, the jet sweep. This is Godwin. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's caught. This is White. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts in the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here we go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Looking downfield for Godwin. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Hey, check that. Street.
Now back to the ground game with White. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Let's go. Look at our team. Our team, right here. Hot enemy.
2nd and 6. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. The Lance going to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance fighting to stay upright. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Lance. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 45 yards.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on 4th and goal. The Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking downfield for Jones. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession. Ball. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey with his second touchdown of the night. And the Niners are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth-quarter lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Nixon now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Ready, set.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll go up the middle with Wright. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Lance now on 1st down. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. On the ground, McCaffrey. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
So he jumped as a safety. You might know a thing or two about that from your playing days.
Well, I remember creeping up near the line of scrimmage on certain blitzes or certain coverages. Never jumped off sides, though.
Not once?
Not once. I wish I had a few times.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And now look at him go. 30. Past the 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. The 40. He's at the 30. 10, 5. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that two-point attempt.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And Lance now to throw. Call it a loss of 18. And that's going to bring up a second and about a mile here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On second and a long way to go. Lance. And his throw here's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off of play action, here's Lance. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Okay, ready?
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. This is caught inside the 15. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
A friend of the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season, get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ready.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tyler Huntley, 81 yards. And the Bucs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his second TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs, because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
They'll try and throw for it. That's caught. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. On play action, Lance. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Danny Gray, 36 yards. And the Niners continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Nixon now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. He's got a man complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 82 yards. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
Here we go. Here we go. 79 Broncos. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Now they send the tight end in motion left. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line.